Hello everyone, SciencePyro7 here, and you may be wondering, what am I doing up so early? The sun is literally rising. Well, the grind never ends. So today I'm going to be reviewing Jurassic World Dino Tracker's Danger Pack Elaphrosaurus by Mattel. And, well, overall, this is not a very bad figure, I must admit. It is of Elaphrosaurus, which I've wanted Mattel to make for about 5 years, since around 2020. Well, actually, I meant 3 years. This is a 2023 figure, which I think I'm going to say later in this video. I forgot. I'm editing now, obviously. But this is a 2023 release. I wanted them to make it in 2020, so 3-year wait. It just happens to be 5 years after I wanted them to make it that I am making this video. So, nah. This is a 2023 release. I only wanted them to make this for 3 years, not 5. It's not a particularly well-known animal. I want to say Elaphrosaurus is okay in terms of well-knownness. Billings Productions has an animatronic of it. Mattel makes a figure of it. I think it might be in a game or two, but overall, I don't expect it to be a particularly well-known animal. And so, Mattel making it was pretty nice. This is a 2023 release, since it's Dino Trackers. The box itself is pretty nice. We got blue and beta, we got the Jurassic World logo, the Dino Trackers logo, and then we got the Elaphrosaurus' name, right along with Danger Pack, and a foresty environment icon, which indicates where this animal would have lived. And on the back, we have Austroraptor, Brachiosaurus, Nothosaurus, and Elaphrosaurus. So that's the box. This is the figure. It's pretty good, medium-sized, I'd have to argue. There are a couple things wrong with it, but overall it is not a bad figure. The first one being its feet are too big. Much too big. These are the toes, since that's where it would be standing, and this is the rest of the foot, so the toes are too big. And the arms aren't bad. If anything, I think the hip and the shoulder joints are like, if it were real, are too close together, because there's not a lot of body space in between. And I'm not talking like the knee and the elbow. Those are pretty close too, especially given it's not really in a action pose, it's just kind of standing. But in general, the arm and the leg seem rather close to each other. Second off, the tail? The tail, I've got conflicting opinions on. It does honestly seem a little short. On camera, I think right now it's fine, but it seems a bit short at the same time as long enough. I guess the size of the legs and the head are what throw me off on this, and by that I do mean Elaphrosaurus was discovered without its skull, and so its head is entirely guesswork based on its relatives, which are other noasaurs. Noasaurs are related to abelisaurs in a way, which came from ceratosaurs, so they're all related. And that's also another thing. I typically give noasaurs 4 fingers, simply because the rest of their lineage also had 4 fingers. So Mattel giving it 3, I think that's fine. I think noasaurs eventually did evolve 3 fingers specifically, as with Machikosaurus. And speaking of Machikosaurus, this is Elaphrosaurus is the second noasaur Mattel has made. Machikosaurus being the first one. I could make a video on that guy. In terms of detail, this is a pretty good figure, actually. There are a lot of small scales, especially on the main body. Any on the underside? No, the underside is very smooth. So especially on the main body, tail not quite as much, and on the legs there's a lot of little specks and bumps, which I guess would make sense for it being a ceratosaur, but I'm not 100% if Elaphrosaurus itself had these. Speaking of spikes and bumps, it's got spines, quills, a rather strange attempt at feathers, I really don't know, on the back of its head and under its, or on its throat, which the back of the head ones don't look that bad. I guess the throat ones don't look that bad either. The figure itself is a bluish color, It's not really blue, it's not really gray, it's not really green. I don't know how to describe it. So bluish, I guess. With a little bit of yellowish green patterning on its sides. Black head, or black top of a skull with some silvery stripe. Pale yellowish brown for the lower jaw. Actually, no underside color, so the lower jaw is just there. The eye is orange, and it looks like the pupil is painted on. I could be wrong. As with many of the carnivore figures, the teeth stick out of the mouth when it is closed. It does not have lips, but the tongue and gums are nice and red. And now that we're here, articulation-wise, it's danger pack, so it doesn't do a lot. You can twist the tail in a 360, the long legs, which I think its legs technically should be longer, and its arms a little smaller for an Elaphrosaurus, but it's fine. But the legs can move likely in a 360 circle. I'm sure the arms can move in a 360 circle too if you move the leg back enough. Otherwise, they really can't. The mouth can open and close to varying levels. It's not just fully open, it's not fully closed. And the neck joint itself, ow, the spikes hurt, can go up and down a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it can. The scan code for the Play app, Fax app is right there. And overall, yeah, that's the figure. The other complaint I was going to bring up, I forgot to, was I think the hands might be pronated, which Mattel was doing really good at giving their carnivores non-pronated wrists, which, as I've explained, and I'm pretty sure every carnivore I do video, their hands are like this, which means they were non-broken and they could use them. The palms face each other. Jurassic Park and the rest of the franchise, up until about Dominion, is really good at making the hands do this, which if they were real, pronated, they'd be broken and essentially useless. 2023 was around when Mattel started to do that a bit more again, and I'm not sure why. And I think Elaphrosaurus, as cool of a figure and animal itself as this is, I think is one of the victims of the pronated wrists. Kind of hard to tell given the fingers kind of do stick out like that, but I'm pretty sure that this is pronated wrists. But yeah, aside from that, this is a nice figure. I do like it. Elaphrosaurus is one of my favorite Noasaurs, along with the currently classified as one, Deltadromeus. So overall, yeah, this is a nice figure. And, well, that was this video. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you again next time. See ya.